Next topic we are going to see is about potential energy. So potential energy, as you know already, the energy possessed by the body because of the rest or the position, that is called as a potential energy, is it not? Here we also have with one more definition. Potential energy is defined as amount of work done by an external force in moving the object at constant velocity from the point O, that is the initial position, to the final position. So when an object is moving from the initial position to the final position, okay, so how much amount of work is being supplied so that the object moves, okay, so that is said to be the potential energy அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. At initial point the potential energy is considered to be zero because at the starting it will not have any energy, is it not? So the initial point the potential energy is considered to be zero. Okay, so this is the definition for potential energy. Potential energy is defined as amount of work done by an external force in moving the object at constant velocity from the point O, which is the initial position, to the point P, which is final position. At the point O, potential energy is taken to be zero. Yes, next we have it types of potential energy. So what are the types is, first, the energy due to the gravitational force. Because of the gravitational force, then the energy is called as a gravitational potential energy. Okay, so energy due to the gravitational force, that is called as a gravitational potential energy. Then energy due to the spring force. Okay, so energy due to the spring force, that is called as elastic potential energy. Then energy due to the electrostatic force, that is called as a electrostatic potential energy. Okay, gravitational force, gravitational potential energy; spring force, elastic potential energy; and electrostatic force, electrostatic potential energy. Clear? Next we have the potential energy which is near the surface of the earth. So when you are considering any object near the earth, what happens to the potential energy? For this, let us consider the gravitational potential energy to be denoted by the letter U, and it is at a height h from the ground. Okay, so from the ground we are considering the object to be at a height h. Okay, consider that it has a mass m and it is at a height h. Okay, so when you are considering an object like that, so this is the object, it is at a height h, and this object has a two forces. One is because of the acceleration, which is denoted by Fa, and next is because of the gravity, which is denoted by Fg. Okay, so Fa and Fg are the two forces which we are considering. Okay, and generally we take with F, which is given by what? M into A, is it not? Here we are going to take F is equal to M into G. So why we are writing as G is because since we are considering with the gravity, we will be writing as M into G. Now first take with potential energy formula. Energy is equal to what? Work done. Work done is equal to force into displacement, as I've told you. So F into dr. Now instead of this dot product, we are writing with a cos theta here. So we are writing as F dr into cos theta. Integration of 0 to h. Okay. Now instead of this F, substitute the value as mg in this. Okay. So we'll be getting the equation as integration of mg into dr. Okay, since cos 0 is theta, we are considering as 0. Okay, and cos 0 is what? 1, and so we get just integration of mg into dr into cos theta. That cos theta is 1. Okay, now bring this mg outside, so we get mg into integration of 0 to h. Okay, now what is this integration of dr is? It is just r. Okay, then 0 to h. Now apply the limits in this. How to apply the limits is upper limit minus lower limit. So upper limit is h minus lower limit is 0. So we get mgh minus 0. So we are getting the equation as mgh. Clear? With elastic potential energy, as we know already, because of the spring, if we have any force, that is called as what? Elastic potential energy. So potential energy because of the spring, and it has a deforming force, and because of that it's either stretched or compressed. Okay, that is called as a elastic potential energy. Okay, and when you see in this elastic potential energy, we can say that the work done against the restoring force is stored as the elastic potential energy. Okay, always the work done will be in the form of potential energy. Clear? Here, let us consider a spring. First, this is the initial position of the spring. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to take it to a distance x. Okay, and then if you release it, what happens is it just compresses to a distance x. Okay, and so we can say that it has a force Fa, and Fs is said to be the frictional force. Okay, static frictional force. Okay, and the condition is given as x is equal to 0. Okay, so whenever a spring is just elongated, it also compresses, is it not? So we are getting the equation as F is equal to minus K into X. Here we are having with a negative sign, which indicates that spring force is always opposite to the displacement. Okay, spring force is always opposite to the displacement. So as we know with this equation already, U is equal to integration of Fa into dr. Instead of this dot, we are writing as cos theta here. Now Fa as it is, dr is written as dx here, cos theta also as it is. Okay, and here we are taking the initial position. It has a equilibrium, and so at mean position x is 0 and is a lower point. So integration limit we are taking as 0 to x. So this is a limit which we are taking 0 to x. Clear? Now same way as the before one, we are going to just do the integration in this, and f is equal to what? Kx into dx cos theta, as it is considered to be 1, and in this taking k outside, so we get integration of x into dx. What is integration of x into dx? Is x square by 2. And same way apply the limits in this, upper limit minus lower limit is 0, and so we are getting just x square by 2. So we are writing it as half k x square. Okay, so this is a value for elastic potential energy. Okay, clear with this? Suppose if we have the two values s xi and xf, this can be written as, because we have already with the formula half k into x square, is it not? Now substitute this xf and xi here, so we get half k into xf square minus xi square. Okay, thank you.